You throw something in the trash, but is it still private? Watching that paper fall marks the exact moment your personal information leaves your control. When you move out on your own for the first time, you leave behind the protective bubble of your family home. Suddenly, you are the only one responsible for managing your legal and physical privacy. To protect yourself, you need two distinct tools. First, a method for securing your physical garbage to prevent identity theft. Second, a 3-step checklist to use if you ever face an unexpected police encounter at a social event. Without a plan for these specific situations, a simple mistake like tossing away the wrong document or panicking at a party can quickly escalate into long-term financial headaches or serious legal trouble. Let's start with your physical space. The law protects your privacy based on location. Inside the walls of your dorm room or apartment, you have what courts call a reasonable expectation of privacy. Look at this diagram. The highlighted living space is your private zone, but notice the public curbside trash zone. The legal rules are entirely different here. A common misconception is police always need a warrant. Once placed on the curb, your bag becomes abandoned property. This means law enforcement can open your bags and sift through your garbage without asking permission or a warrant. Your privacy rights depend heavily on where you put your trash. By moving garbage onto the public street, you legally convert private documents into searchable public property. Because that trash is publicly accessible, you must be careful about what goes inside. Everyday items like dorm mail or shipping labels and pre-approved credit card offers carry names and addresses identity thieves use to build fraudulent profiles. This image shows exactly what needs to be destroyed. Your name, address, and account numbers must be entirely unreadable. The most reliable way to achieve this is by feeding these papers into a cross-cut shredder. If you don't have a shredder, you can still protect yourself. Take a thick black marker and heavily redact your personal details. Then, tear the paper into small fragments and soak those pieces in water before disposal. Physical destruction of your sensitive papers is the only reliable barrier between your personal identity and public exposure. Securing your documents addresses the physical threat, but privacy challenges also happen in person. Imagine you're at an off-campus party and suddenly those flashing red and blue lights pull up to the house. In high-stress moments, the biggest mistake you can make is reacting emotionally. Running, arguing with officers, or shouting will immediately escalate the situation and compromise your position. Your first priority is to stabilize the situation. Keep your hands visible, remain completely calm, and use respectful language like "yes, officer" or "no, officer." You cannot effectively exercise your legal rights during a shouting match. Staying composed through that initial shock is the necessary prerequisite to anything you say next. Once the situation is stable, you can use a structured 3-step verbal checklist to navigate questioning safely. Clarify your legal status. Ask the officer, "Am I being detained or am I free to go?" This determines their authority. If they ask to search your pockets, backpack, or room, move to phase 2. Politely state, "I do not consent to a search." Refusing a search is a constitutional protection, not an admission of guilt or evidence of suspicious behavior. Finally, if officially detained, move to the final step. Clearly state you are exercising your right to remain silent and explicitly request to speak with a lawyer. Let's see if you've mastered the rules. Looking at the graphic, do police need a warrant to search a sealed trash bag sitting on the public curb? Drop your answer A, B, or C in the comments. Committing this specific 3-step script to memory eliminates the need to guess your rights in a stressful moment. You replace panic with a clear, legally sound strategy. We have covered the 3 core pillars of your privacy: the vulnerability of your curbside garbage, the necessity of destroying your sensitive mail, and the 3-step checklist for police encounters. Now it is time to take action. Go to your desk, audit your current stack of mail, and shred or soak any documents showing your personal details. Moving away from home is a major milestone. However, the strength of your independence depends on how you manage your legal and personal vulnerabilities every day.